guilty of crime.
And we're back. Hello, everybody. What's up? I'm your host, Jay, with Guilty of Crime. Come on in. Do me a favor. If you're already a member, come on in, hit that like button. If you're not, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. How is everyone doing today? Come on in. Very beginning, we're going to talk very top of the hour, a couple cases that are all over the internet. Get those straightened out. I came on a few minutes early. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Happy middle of the week, right? Middle of the week. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you, Deb. It's been so long. Marie Joy, good to see you. Oh, yeah, is actually on time today. Hey, Mama Pearl. Trotter daughter, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. Millie, always a pleasure. Sadie's mama, big hugs. Liv Wade, you'll be in the bushes. We might shake you out of those bushes there. Lady for Justice and Kim Wells. Deb's in the house. Jinx, how you doing? Mods, cuff you. And Kel. And I'm sure everyone will be rolling in here soon. But let's get started before I put anybody's picture up or do anything else. Let's just quickly get the elephants out of the room. All right. Elephant number one. Yes, Corey Richens' case. If you haven't followed it, you can go to my playlist and watch it if you want. Again, the most comprehensive coverage, so you won't have to look everywhere. I've covered the case. It's in the playlist if you know nothing about it. If you do know something about it, well, guess what? Corey Richens was sentenced today, and happy birthday to Eric Richens. She was sentenced on her husband's birthday. Now, if you don't know who Corey Richens is, that's the author of a book called Are You With Me? She wrote for her. I don't know why I froze. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm back. It froze. All right, she wrote that book so her children could continue living after she poisoned their father. Justice for Eric. And I think we got justice for Eric today, May 13th, 2026, Eric Richens' birthday. Corey Richens was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Justice for Eric. Go back and watch that, you guys. It's all over the internet. If you don't know the backstory, go to my channel and check out my playlist. What's up, Amy? Good to see you. I'm glad you caught alive. Now, elephant in the room number 2. Murdoch. The Murdoch case. Murdoch was sentenced to many life sentences for wiping out his family, his wife and his son. All right. He's been in there. The trial was, I don't even know how to sum up the trial, but Murdoch testified in his own behalf and lied the entire time, right? Said, I might do drugs and I might be a cheater and a whatever, but I'm no killer. Anyway, that conviction was overturned and they're going to have a new trial. The conviction for killing his wife and his son have been overturned. I don't know why they're wasting their money on a new trial. I don't want you guys to worry because guess what? Murdoch's going to be in there for at least 4 solid decades just for the financial crimes alone. Guys, he stole millions of dollars from clients and his own family in that law firm. So don't worry about it. It's just going to be a little more entertainment for us to watch. I'm sure he's going to get a whole nother trial. And it's because of Becky Hill. Becky Hill, the court reporter, shouldn't have put out a book, and she shouldn't have been biased telling the jurors how to think or what to sway. So there's number one, Eric Richens. We got justice for him today. Life without the possibility of parole for Corey. Even her sons don't want anything to do with her. Number two, Linda Angel Wolf. Erica was poisoned by Corey Richens. Again, you should go back to my playlist and watch it, or go on YouTube. It's all over the place. All right. So Murdoch killed his wife and son. It's overturned. They're going to have a new trial, but not to worry. He's already sentenced to at least 4 decades for the financial crime. So who cares? Whatever. It's just going to be another spectacle and more money for the taxpayers. All right. Now, last but not least, and hello, Mystic Artistry, and Elvin. All right, and Sergio's in the house. Last but not least, the case that we covered yesterday, little Eve Rogers. Now, Eve Rogers, is no longer with us, right? We don't know the cause of death, but we know that her stepfather, Anthony Federline, is on $1 million bond, being held, waiting preliminary hearings, trial, etc. We don't know what's happening yet, but we want Eve Rogers' mom, Melanie Federline, to be responsible, be held accountable for what happened to her daughter under her watch. And guess what, guys? If you were here yesterday with me, I went back to go check out my, all of my links. I tagged Melanie Federline on her Grounded channel, the Fire Grounded channel. And guys, she removed it. The whole channel is gone. Now I went to the website, and the website is still there, but the channel that I showed you yesterday, the video of Eve Rogers and justice for Eve, why is Melanie Federline accountable, and should she be? Well, guess what? I went to her video, and in the video that I played with you guys, I tagged her and said hashtag justice for Eve, hashtag arrest Melanie Federline, and I dropped the link to the video that we did yesterday, and like magic, it's all gone. The whole channel's gone. So I think that's a little bit of a win for us. She's not going to be able to scam those people from that channel any longer and use her daughter to exploit her. Okay, there's no more going back to the old videos and saying, I'm so sad my daughter's not here. Can you give me money? None of that. It's gone. And if it comes back, well, guess what? We're going to come back to it. So, Melanie, if you're watching, you're going to be held accountable in some way. Now, if you're just walking around like Casey Anthony or Jennifer Soto, that's a really shitty life as well. Justice for Eve, justice for Eric Richens, and justice for the Murdochs. Now, Murdoch's it's just going to be another spectacle. Welcome in, guys. Today, we're talking about David, case evidence. Who said that about Celeste Rivas? What? You killed her? Yeah, me and David did. Guys, this case, I've never seen so much digital evidence put out, not only by David and his crew, but I'm going to ask you, either David is either he's a complete evil genius, or he's the dumbest person on the planet. I don't know. But let me tell you this. I say that to say this. Celeste Rivas was pregnant, according to her best friend. So we're going to talk about the pregnancy. We're going to talk about, and I'm going to show you right off the bat, right out of the gate, you're going to turn your volume all the way up and listening to them talk about killing Celeste and what happened to her and explaining what happened to her in the case. All right. But I do want you to know that The status hearing happened today, and they want more time. When I say they, I'm talking about David and his team. Now, mind you, he did not waive his right to a speedy trial, which means prosecution is ready to go. But now they're the ones that are delaying it. So the prosecution said, hey, we've got, approximately 10 of the 40 terabytes of digital evidence. We need more time. Materials already provided included David's iCloud information regarding all the LAPD interactions, and such as the visit to his residence to inform him of Celeste's age. But today we're going to see a bunch of digital evidence as well that's going to probably make it into trial, because he's either an evil genius or just the dumbest person ever. All right, he winked at his attorney. That got a whole video about David winks at his attorney. Now, the defense seemed really relaxed and confident, while the state appeared to be ready to proceed without delay. The next status hearing is June 17th, 2026. And then the preliminary hearing is set for June 29th, 2026. All right. But what I want to say about that is there's so many people lined up to be a witness in this case. So many witnesses, guys. And when I talk about witness list, there's 77 witness lists. Major witnesses are going to be his brother and his parents, obviously Asia, obviously Neo, and all of his people that surrounded him on all of these videos that we're going to see, and as well as all the other, what he calls vlogs, etc., etc. Guys, there you go. Dumbest person ever. Raise your hand. Okay, I'm going to go here just quickly. All right, we're going to do this, but I promise we're going to come back to it and talk about it. I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to continue with the show. We'll double back around. I just want you to see this. All right. I mean, how would the parents would allow this in the beginning? This is it's getting even weirder because it was all over social media. And now it's so easy to pick those pieces up and say, damn, he wrote down everything he did, and he videoed and documented everything. And when I say everything, he literally is on a video with Asia that I want to show you in a bit. And he has two little girls watching him. And David gets up in the chair, puts his crotch in the chair, shakes his dick, gets back down, says, I'm a gooner. Now, if you don't know what a gooner is, I didn't know what it was either. It has a sexual meaning. If you're not using it as a sports term, it's an arsenal for sports in the UK. That's not what you're using it for. Most likely, he's using it as a sexual meaning. It's called prolonged edging sessions, where you have sex and you're about to get to you're about to get to that G spot or finish, and you stop. Also entering a trance-like zoned out state, extremely addicted to porn and embracing it. Now, remember David said, or Celeste said to David that all you do is want to have sex. I don't want that. I want more. I want us to go out and do something. You remember that working? Oh my God. Now, when I look back at all this stuff, I'm like, how did we get, not even just get there? And what's up, Flojo? Good to see you, my friend. Come on in, guys. Hit that like button. Edith, thank you for being a member for 11 months. I got the goal up. If you guys would possibly get a membership, gift a membership, super chat, super sticker, we're going to be here for a while. Don't worry. You have plenty of time. All right. All the kids say it, but not in this sense. Just wait. Now, the kids saying it, I got an answer for you, Clementine. I've got an answer for all the people that say, well, my kids say it, dummy. Well, guess what? The kids that are saying it that don't really know what it means, and they're loosely saying it, it means they're chronically online. They're down bad or obsessively staring online at either thirst traps or content, or thirst traps of content. Digital trance, basically. When you visit people nowadays, or you see your kids online and they're stuck there for 8 hours, that's also a gooner, but that is not the way that David was using it at all. So, hey, tell me something else. Tell me something else, because I know Flojo knows what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to put this up real quick. We're going to listen to it. I'm not going to interrupt. And then we're going to continue. Who said this about Celeste Rivas? You killed her. Yeah, me and David did. And also the other case evidence and her best friend saying she was pregnant at some point. Now, it depends on at what point she was pregnant, if they're going to be able to detect it. But we'll get to that. All right, Kim Ruiz, thank you so much for wanting to gift a membership. If any of the mods want to drop her a link to gift a membership, that would be awesome. Or however you do it. I wish I had more time. Mrs. Italy's loving on Flojo, and I'm with you. I'm with you. He's psychopath is a word for him. All right, check this out. Turn your volume all the way up, and I'll be quiet for just a minute and 28 seconds.
It's kind of giving Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Aw, cute.
Sorry, guys.
I like it. And then, wait, we do this.
Ah.
Where's the body glitter?
We go to the USA now. Where's the body?
All right, here we go. Sorry. I botched that one.
It's kind of giving Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Aw, cute.
I like it. And then, wait, we do this. Where's the body glitter?
We go to the USA now.
Where's the body glitter from Claire's?
The body glitter from Claire's.
Okay, clear glitter or
Okay, chat. I'm gonna show you guys my face makeup.
for garbage. Can we pick one of these bags?
Okay. I am
I think we just do
fully
clear.
ready. Fully ready.
Oh.
Yes, sir. W face part. Oh, thanks, guys.
Oh, you can put. I'm gonna put this on my legs.
On your legs? Okay, let me see what it looks like once it's on you. Oh, you are glittery! Fire. Okay.
Yep.
You can't. No, I'm good.
Yep. And don't worry, we're gonna come back to this.
Be careful.
Don't worry, we're coming back to this for discussion. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna break it down. We're gonna talk about it. Everything was like this in the case of David and Celeste. Now, check this out. Here's the video I was talking to you about with Asia and David just being weird. I didn't even think it was weird. I thought, he's just a weirdo anyway. He does weird stuff, makes weird faces. But then I realized that Asia's on there with him, and they've got two fans watching them that are, again, little girls. All right. So I just want you to see in context. Asia's distancing herself just like Neo is, but Asia's going hard at David and acting like she knew nothing. She saw nothing. She heard nothing. Asia, I'm calling you out. I believe that's a lie. I believe you're lying. And I believe when you're under oath that you're probably going to have to tell the truth when all of the video comes out. Now, are they going to give her immunity? Probably. But I do think there will be another arrest in the case of David and Celeste. Or if there's not an arrest, they're going to have a witness that knew a lot more than everyone else. Remember, he did buy 2 chainsaws. And for what? All right.
Don't get on the chair, bro. Go ahead. Fine. Go ahead.
Woo.
Okay, let's see. That's how y'all get.
You should let me go through your TikTok likes.
No,
Wait,
my likes too.
What if I don't show him? What if I don't show him?
Nah.
What if I don't show him?
You can go through my Twitter likes though.
Your Twitter likes? Okay.
You can go through my No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't do that either.
Wait, you can't. Wait, but isn't that public?
No.
It's not?
No.
They don't do, guys.
I won't.
No, bro. I'm
let me.
a gooner. I'm a gooner. I'm a gooner.
So we have people admitting to literal like murder in our confession. Do you like report this? Guys, this person is a criminal. I'm sorry. It's just like we have people literally in our confessions admitting to like whole ass crimes.
Yeah, why does someone just do self promo and everything?
Isn't that funny? Wow, go figure. Own confessions, confessing right online and being able to hear it. My goodness. Wow. They took a play out of that book, didn't they? Here's another book that David wrote, and this is just a piece of it. He literally documented this entire crime and maybe even more. Elvin, thank you so much for starting the goal off tonight. You say I've really taken to this channel. You all are so awesome. Well, thank you. Welcome, Elvin. I hope you're here for the long term, like most of these people are. We have 160 people in chat. If you do me a favor, hit that like button. Most of y'all that are here have been here. Please stay here. And I cannot wait to meet y'all in Vegas in a couple of weeks. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now look at this real quick. As I'm digging through this stuff, I'm like, I have to show them or they won't believe it. If you don't see it, you're not going to believe it. Now, this was an entire book. He wrote this book for the track and the album that came out, and he wrote a story behind each song. This is just one of the songs, and it's Afterlife. I'm going to read it to you. Clark, big hugs to you, my friend. Love you. I hope you're feeling fantastic today. All right, so check this out. There's more pages of this. He documented every single thing that he did. Thank you so much, Elvin. Just gifted a membership. Please thank her if you receive that. If you want to match her, please do. That helps us get to our goal as well. Don't mind the numbers. All right, listen. Track 15, Afterlife. I could go for 2 hours reading his whole book, documenting what he did. All right, what he did and why. So listen, here we are at the final curtain of the album, Afterlife. Funny thing is, this song I wrote was before Withered was even before Withered was even a real thing, with the intention on it being an outro for something in the future. I made sure this song stayed around. This beautiful song is essentially my send-off, so to speak. The death of a beautiful rose that lived, experienced, and withered. I view myself through that proverbial lens because life is often like that. You have to live, experience, and wither. But most importantly, hold on, I'm trying to stay on track with this, but it's so small. Most importantly, you have to cherish those experiences that either stay or go. In this song specifically, I speak on every time I stayed through the thick and thin in the relationship this album represents. Every time she crossed the line, I stayed by her side, even going as far as to let love kill me, and even then still loving her after death. But that's just for the song, right? Real life isn't as poetic. Sometimes you have to know when to leave. Sometimes you have to notice, sometimes you have to know when to leave. Sometimes you have to notice the things that aren't getting better. Sometimes you have to let go of the rose stem that's stabbing you with the thorns of so-called love. No matter how beautiful the petals look to you, it's not worth holding onto pain disguised as love. It's not worth dying for superficial affection, and it's not worth expediting your own demise just to feel something for a moment. That is the message of this album: to learn to separate your fantasies from reality, to learn to let go, to stop asking the same questions over and over again, to repeat or to stop repeating a cycle forever, to live, to grow, to experience, to love, to mourn, to grieve, to laugh, to cry, to hurt, to heal, to break, to become whole. All right, there you go. So poetic, right? I notice in his writings and his videos that he projects what Celeste has said to him into his writing, into his songs. So Sorry about that. I don't know why this does that. I look like a sticker right now. A blinking sticker. Trying to get it to stop. Okay, when he writes things, he sometimes talks about himself in the third person, but many times he references what Celeste told him or did with him. All right, it's just one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. All right, let's get into what happened today. You'll see. I mean, this is the kind of things that's going to come out. This is the evidence that's coming to trial. Don't worry, we're going to get back to the hold on real quick. We need justice for Celeste. We are going to come back around and talk about all of this and talk about the clip I showed you, but I want to first start with the preliminary hearing and what's next and what the hell happened. David winks after preliminary hearing.
Winked at his attorney as his preliminary hearing got pushed back once again. Today, there was a status conference to talk about the preliminary hearing that was supposed to happen next week after David's team said that they wanted this to be speedy, but it seems like that is not the case. And once again, the prosecution is doubling down, saying they really don't want this. They said, you guys are the ones that wanted this to be speedy, so let's go, we're ready. The reason David's team was saying that they needed more time is because they haven't received all of the discovery yet. They are still waiting on witness statements and that DNA evidence that the prosecutors are saying that they have. The prosecution's arguments to this were that they already submitted 10 terabytes of information, but they are now saying it's a possibility that there might be more than 40 terabytes of discovery that they need to hand over to David's team. So far, the prosecutors are saying that they have submitted the iCloud data, forensic evidence, and lab reports, LAPD reports, photographs, arrest records. And this part was interesting. They also said that they submitted extensive video evidence. Now, we know some of this discovery they actually can't hand over to David's team. They are actually going to have to go to a facility to.
Now, listen, this is going to get messy, and I do wonder with all of the evidence. At first, I was like, no way there's going to be a deal. No way. David's too cocky. David's too egotistical. David's too, whatever. But man, I don't know what your defense can be in this case, unless you're just trying to trick the jury and maybe point at Neo. Maybe he can say, well, Neo and I were in this relationship and he got mad and accidentally killed Celeste. And so whatever. I don't know. I really don't know how he's going to defend it. Now, I know what the defense is saying. The defense is saying that he will prove in court that he didn't take her life. Not that he didn't order the shovel and the chainsaws and put her in the car and walk away from the car. None of that. No, he wants the circumstances, the aggravating factors. He wants those gone, and he wants him murdering her off the table. I don't know how that's going to happen. Yes, we need justice for Celeste. And on that note, thank you for saying that, because when I started watching this, I started going over all this last night. I'm watching David and I'm thinking, in all these videos, I'm thinking, I think he really just thought of Celeste as being this dumb, poor Hispanic girl that nobody's family really cared if she was there or she wasn't. I mean, let's be real. She was 11 when they met. They talked for probably a year and a half. And then after that, she would go wherever with him, Vegas and Paris. And was she getting an abortion some of the time? What was happening? I think David just thought, hey, she's a little Hispanic girl that lives in this apartment, no money. Nobody's going to miss her going. And you know what? Even further, I'm going to chop her up because these are my fantasies. My fantasies are going to become reality. And they all joked about it. They all laughed about it. They all knew what happened. And listen, in Hollywood, people don't get in trouble for this. This is like a key trial that's going to change the way we look at potential artists and people from Hollywood. Yes, they all knew. And it's not a big deal. I mean, we all know that allegedly Diddy got Tupac and Biggie killed. We also know that he more than likely had his ex-wife killed right before she dropped all the juicy details of a book. Come on, guys. We know what Diddy's done. He got 4.5 years for raping and trafficking and all the other stuff. 4.5 years, guys. All right. They're going to make an example out of this kid, and rightfully so. Inquisitive P, what's up?
And this is because they are claiming some of this terabytes of
Yup.
discovery is CP that was on David's phone. Prosecution was really hitting with the judge, saying this is the second time that we thought that they would be ready for this preliminary hearing. We have witnesses and everybody canceling their schedules, and we are ready to go. They really felt like David's team is trying to prolong this now after their arguments in the beginning that they wanted this really fast and were putting the pressure on the prosecution. Beth Silverman did tell the judge that she is worried that they are going to try to push out this trial for 1 to 2 years. But the judge reassured her this is one thing that she is not going to have in her courtroom.
Now, listen, that happens. The judge can say whatever they want, but that happens. Typical trials like this. Well, here's the first thing that happens is David signs to waive his right to a speedy trial. I think at some point soon, he's going to be forced to do that unless he can get it together. Prosecution is got it together. I don't even think they care if they have all of it together. I think they have enough evidence to convict him, and they're playing a game. All right, they're playing a game.
The judge told the prosecution that you don't have to worry about them trying to push the trial further and further, because she is somebody that wants a speedy type of trial in her courtroom, and she's not going to let anybody keep pushing it, which was a very interesting argument because we know that David's team also in the beginning said that he wants a speedy trial. But in my opinion, it seems like now that they are figuring out that there are 40 terabytes of discovery and possibly even more, they are honestly not ready like they were in the beginning, trying to hit the prosecution and say, let's go, we're ready. Now it seems like it's turning the other way around.
And I'm so here for that. And Elvin, I'm so glad that you know, because I was thinking all of that stuff today as I dug through it. David was completely just putting that out there for people that didn't know him and didn't know that he had a bunch of little girls that he was graping. Instead, he would say things like, oh, I like older white women. And not only that, Elvin, he also said he was asexual. All right. And then several times you gotta be with me on this, Elvin. He flirts with any and every guy. There's guys that say, I love you. And they, that you're so cute. And he's like, why aren't we making out? He's bisexual. I don't even know how that's a question anymore. Neo's walking around free because he has key evidence. And the only reason I realize now that they arrested him in the way they did is because he is going to be a key witness in this case. All right. Let's continue. I don't know if you call that free, but okay.
David's team is making a valid point on why they're not ready for this preliminary hearing. They are saying we don't have all of the evidence to figure out basically how we are going to defend David. And after the judge agreed to push this preliminary hearing out even longer, some reporters in the room were saying that they caught David winking at his attorney before he was taken back to jail. As of right now, the new date for the preliminary hearing is June 29th, but don't hold yourself to it because there is still a possibility that they could push this out once again. At the same time,
and they probably will. And at that point, we won't see a trial for a couple of years. Neo, I think, took a deal. I heard from Steve Fisher that they probably gave him immunity for telling what happened. So Inquisitive P and chat, I do not think that the deal was, okay, you'll get 2 years with whatever monitor, ankle monitor. Nah, I think it's immunity for his testimony, period. All right. I don't even think it's going to be a lesser charge. I think it's going to be immunity in order to testify. What's up? What are you drinking today? Water? Oh, I like that. I got my typical Red Bull, classic Red Bull. All right, let's continue.
Judge has made it very clear that there is going to be no BS of trying to prolong the inevitable in this situation. Whenever it does finally happen, after we know that they are trying to say that it might last 5 to 6 days, I'm sure we're going to get a lot of more detailed information than what we know of right now. But y'all, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
All right. Again, you guys have to know that. Let me pull this down. You guys have to know that the evidence is just a mile high. It's as long as the witness list is. All right. Video after video after video after video. Now, also the fact that the prosecution knows, or they allegedly know, that they recovered the text messages between David and Rivas, and they know exactly what they were saying. They're talking about the reference to them having sex, pregnancy, abortion, and the whole laying in wait. All right. They've got David paying for an Uber, and then within 20 minutes, Celeste is allegedly dead. and they've got a crime scene or two. All right. So I just want you to know there is so much evidence. Knowing that he had to silence the victim, Celeste, before she ruined his music career. That's a quote. That's a quote from him. Okay. All right. And then look at this. I mean, this is just, this is why I tell you how cocky and egotistical he is. The original song said the name of the car. Now it's just in the back of my car, you died. And listen to the way he yells it. It's like he's a heavy metal guy. I never even heard him do that, but check this out. You died. All right, so in the back of my car, you died, and they're all singing it. And I mean, guys, if he didn't document all of this stuff, I wonder what would have happened to this case. This is what he did to Celeste Rivas. All right, he took some fingers that we're never going to see again, and he cut her up after stabbing her to death and letting her bleed out while allegedly watching her. Now, again, how would they know that? How would they know that? How law enforcement know that? Because they tapped the phone, because they have all the text messages, because the forensic evidence is, I don't even know a word for it. Yes, his voice is horrible and he's evil, but I think that he thought he was, blessed with the Hollywood blessing where you can do whatever the F you want to children and people and whatever. Now we're going to get straight into first we're going to get straight back into the coverage of them talking about, I killed her, who was it? Okay. I killed her with David, we did it, whatever. And then the pregnancy. And then we got so much more discord to dig up for y'all tonight. All right. Let's get into it. Good to see everybody. Mind, but I'll go with the car. All right, there's so much, guys. When we get to the end of this today, y'all are going to be like, damn. If you didn't already know, you're going to be like that.
And volumes of evidence easy to find if you're willing to go mining online. For example, watch this, Taylor.
It's kind of giving Harley Quinn.
I'm going to slow this down. I want you guys to read the words before I stop it and stuff. You can't really hear it, but it shows you witness 1, witness 2. It shows you them talking and what it says. Okay. So I'll let you observe this for yourself before I start pausing it. Witness 1 says, tell me more about Celeste. Now, these people are in the background while she's filming. This is Sakura, whatever her last name is, her Twitch live. And you guys saw her earlier in the bathroom. She's like, oh, it smells in here. Oh, I took a shit. All right. These are the key people that hung out with David. Neo is one of the very key people, and so is Asia. Check this out. They're talking about the killing Celeste and what her body looked like when they were done, what she looked like.
It's kind of giving Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Aw, cute.
I like it. And then, wait, we did this. Stickers.
Stalkers. Oh.
I know.
Doesn't know. Where's the body glitter?
We go to the USA now.
Where's the body glitter from Claire's?
And guys, she's freaking out. You can tell. She's like, oh shit, did they say that? It even cut for a second. You are, and you don't know what she looked like? Are you you know what I'm saying? I hope you guys saw that. It made her very uncomfortable. Now we have 3 witnesses just in this video. And I'm not even talking about the girls that we see here. I didn't even realize that was Asia next to Sakura. Watch.
Okay.
Aw, cute.
Witness 1 says, yeah, you killed her?
Hello, my
Yeah, me and David.
kids. And then, wait, what is this? Stickers?
Stalkers.
Look at how uncomfortable she got. Witness 3 says, who? They're all in that bathroom. Maybe they were talking about he did it in the bathroom. We didn't hear. It was not audible. Nobody looked at me.
Doesn't know.
I'm telling you, it sounds like he cut her up in the bathroom. All right. I didn't catch that the first time, but don't worry. We're going to talk about it. Golden Hen, welcome, my friend. Thank you for the 1999 super chat. Hi, Jay and all. Jay's the best, honest, intelligent, and really cares about hearing from all of us. Thank you. You're the voice for victims, and your intellect is so important for all to hear. Well, I do appreciate that. That was really nice of you. Thank you, Golden Hen. You guys are awesome. Are you coming to Vegas? Who's coming to Vegas? Knox says, hi, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. I know Nancy Grace had this on, but it's real. I showed the first version of it. I saw people in Discord asking how valid it was. So I'm here to validate it for you on Nancy Grace, and I showed you the original copy. So Knox, buckle up, buckle in. We're here. All right. Yeah, she does. She acts crazy, though. I mean, she gets all excited about body glitter, but she was uncomfortable. This is real, Knox. I did my homework, I assure you. And I will show you after this if you'd like. I can show you again the minute and 26 version that came directly from the stream. This is not fake. All right. I saw them questioning that. Don't worry. I was all over Discord and Reddit and TikTok. I did my homework, my friends.
Where's the body glitter?
We gotta be USA to out.
Where's the body glitter from Claire's?
Bro, body glitter from Claire's is crazy.
Okay, clear glitter or
Okay, chat. I'm gonna show you guys my face makeup.
Jessica Morgan, maybe that is some of the evidence. I mean, if I can find it.
Again, guys, look at that. And PI, thank you, Mama, for saying that. PI Mama, it is a long ass stream and it's real. All right. I have it again. I have it on X. I have it on TikTok. I have it on everywhere. It was not fake. And as a matter of fact, here it is again, not from Nancy Grace. Now, Nancy Grace did go in there and they put the audio, not the audio, they put the words and such. This is the video. If you listen to them talking in the background, it's the same video, but Nancy Grace just put the text on there. Check it out.
It's kind of giving Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Aw, cute.
Yeah, you
I like it. And then, wait, what is it?
and they even named that it's Neo, David's ex-best friend that says, yeah, me and David. All right, this is the video. And again, I showed it earlier. It is very important. Yes, it is on Sakura's page. That's the stream. You could see her getting completely uncomfortable when they said that. But I'm telling you, they all knew. All of them laughed. They joked. They didn't give two shits about Celeste Rivas.
The prosecutor can find it. Did you hear what was said? Now, it's in the background. You have to listen very carefully. I'm going to play for you the pertinent part. Listen.
It's kind of giving Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Aw, cute.
I like it. And then, wait, what is this?
You want to tell me those girls cannot hear what's being said through that open door, just on the other side of that very thin wall? And you see the one girl in front of the mirror pause and listen.
Thank you.
What was just said by witness one, which is a female? I think I know who.
By the way, thank you so much, the boss bitch. I know you're driving right now, and I don't want you, texting and driving. I hope you're at a stop sign or a light, but I do appreciate that. Witness one, Celeste Herrera. That's the older Celeste. Witness 2 is Neo, and there's a third witness, but David's not a witness. So it was Celeste Herrera, Neo, and David. And maybe they're calling that, but yeah, Neo admitted to it. And that is why, guys, spoken past. I mean, it was all out there. Knox, you're into this. All y'all PI mama, you know this is not AI generated content. This is what they did at the time, and these people all knew. All right? Look at a friend of mine and his girlfriend. They knew for years and completely understand how she feels in that moment. Did that twat say she liked it? She likes the glitter. I don't know. They probably did like it. They laugh about it and they think it's so funny. I mean, this is just, can you imagine if this were your daughter?
She is. The female says, tell me more about Celeste. Oh, then you hear the woman say, yeah, you killed her. And then you hear witness 2 state, yeah, me and David. They're so casual.
Yep.
And the other girls are just talking about finding their body glitter. And I want you to listen to the long form one more time because a speaker is identified by name. Joe Scott Morgan, listen.
It's kind of giving Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Aw, cute.
I like it. And then, wait, look at this. Stickers.
Stalkers. Oh.
Has a nose. Where's the body glitter?
We go to the USA.
She got so uncomfortable when they said, what does she look like? Do I know her? Yes, Celeste number 2. So that's Celeste Herrera. Now I'm telling you guys, the witness list is long as the day is right now. You know, with the stupid daylight savings, 9 o'clock, it gets dark. Kevin Ware, NFL player, killed and cut up his girlfriend Taylor in Houston. Kevin was having parties at his house, bragging about what he did. Thank you for that, Bad Ash. That did happen, and it's not typical. I mean, it's not typical. In Hollywood, they typically do whatever the F they want, and they get these expensive lawyers, and nothing happens. No, he couldn't. He wrote the damn thing. You guys saw what I showed you earlier about his Withered album. Every single song had a page or two of writing what it meant to him. He told everything, guys.
Where's the body glitter from Claire's? Bro, body glitter from Claire's.
Okay, clear glitter or
Okay, chat. I'm gonna show you guys my face makeup.
I feel
Really?
sick. I feel sick because I believe the prosecutors will be able to show that is David Anthony Burke, D4vd's home. And in that home, Celeste was murdered. And they're all talking about body glitter.
And now I do think that it could have been in the bathroom, and that would be a mound of evidence with the blood going down the drain and anything else, you know, pieces of just your insides, right? Now, Stelia, the actual footage probably was taken down and handed over to prosecution. We did see the actual footage of Neo the Asian being picked up in Wyoming. Now, I never looked back into it why it's gone, but it's probably gone because they're using it as evidence. I know these people make me sick, and Golden Hen and everybody in here, it really is so hard to understand them talking just like that. There you go. David was obsessed with gore and porn. He even said himself he was desensitized to that type of violence. Now, throw in video games, and there you go. I heard a girl named Asia. Yep, that is her too, Waterboy. It's Asia, Neo, and David. Those are going to be the 3 key people in this case. And I think David might be maybe the only one prosecuted. We'll see.
And they can hear what's being said. Joe Scott, analyze. You hear the female state. Tell me more about Celeste. Oh, the woman. Yeah, you killed her.
Mhm.
And then someone says, yeah, me and David. And then listen, you hear who? They're all in the bathroom. In other words, they can hear us, idiot. And the girl says, don't look at me. Then they go on, and the woman is saying, well, what does she look like? Am I close to her? Talking
Bro.
about Celeste. What did Celeste look like? I'm very close to her. In other words, do I look like her? And you hear the other male say, give him a second. And the woman says, you don't know what she looked like? It's past tense. What she looked.
Yeah, we don't know what she looked like. So there's so many things wrong in just this tiny clip. But imagine all the other tiny clips and discords that were deleted. As a matter of fact, the person that was we're gonna get into that about who was modding for the Discord when he said delete it all. It was too late in the morning, or too early in the morning, too late at night, and so the person modding it didn't delete. Remember when Celeste said, "What, you graping young girls?" We're gonna get into that as well. Catskills murder vibes in For or Lies. What? I don't think he did it himself either. Why would he have 2 chainsaws? Why did he have 2 chainsaws, guys? What's the deal with that? All right, let's continue. Water boy. What if the smell was her finger? We don't know that her body was frozen. That's a debate. And regardless, I don't know if it could have been the finger, but I mean, I don't think that I think that at some point they absolutely, when they dismembered her, they had a smell, they left things behind. All right. And right now, nothing's really off the table.
Like, what are they that arrogant? They think I can't find that online, much less the prosecutors. I want you, Joe Scott Morgan. You're the death investigator. While they're all laughing and looking for their body glitter, where's Celeste?
Decomposing there at that residence. I can tell you what she looked like. I can tell you what she looked like relative to their current, their present at that moment in time. And yeah, they did use past tense, but let's understand her mortal remains are just on the other side of those walls, Nancy. Let that sink in just for a second.
And guys, he was very, very open about it. The only reason we're seeing that now is because he left a digital trail of evidence, audio, everything, audio, visual, whatever. All right. Yeah, me and David as it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Neo says we killed her. He absolutely did. And remember, he was arrested and brought back. He was extradited back to Los Angeles for his testimony. Now, PI Steve, was it Fisher? I always forget his name. Steve, I think Steve Fisher. He said that more than likely they're going to give immunity to David. I mean, not David, Neo, for his testimony. All right, there you go. Is he an evil genius or the dumbest criminal?
She's in an advanced state of decomposition. She's been packaged. The child has been packaged after having been rendered down. She's in multiple elements, Nancy, and not all of them are solid. The ME actually talked about liquefaction of remains. That's what she looked like. And I think that people need to strap in and understand that it's not just the principal that's been named, that's been charged in this case. It's all the circle that surrounds this individual that is in.
I think they're just in a fog or like a haze of, guys, they're constantly, in my opinion, doing drugs in that house, number one. And number two, they were caught up with the fame and the money that just came so quickly. Everything they wanted, they can do at that one moment. All right. And David lived out his fantasy, in my opinion. And people just, now we're finally seeing it. And we're like, these people are crazy. This is crazy. Why would someone do this? Why would someone leave the evidence like this? Right? Sakura was Jason, the Ween's girlfriend at the time. Jason and David made a song together, now removed, right? And they're all getting removed. Nobody wants David around.
Side of that domicile. You're going to tell me that no one smelled anything? You're going to tell me that no one saw flies? That they're just going on about their business as if it's another day. It is absolutely positively disgusting, Nancy. Yeah, I can tell you what she looked like.
You mentioned one.
I think they want to know what she looked like when they dismembered her. Now, of course, we're not blaming it on drugs, AG Day. I'm saying they were in a fog. If you want to take that timeline from the time that they were looking at David until the time that all of this went down, they're all in a fog. Just a ton of drugs, a ton of sex, a ton of everything that they wanted. All right. It has nothing to do with them doing drugs or blaming it. You can clearly see in the videos where it says, oh, we got water. That's not water. All right. That's nothing to do with giving them a pass. I'm just saying they were in a whole different world at that time frame. And we're looking at it from the outside in, and we're like, what were these people thinking? Are they even on this planet? All right. I'm so sad about this. Imagine how scared. Luckily and hopefully she passed away quick, because she did see her killer. It was from the front. She was attacked from the front. All right. So it wasn't like she turned around and he got her from the back. He got her in two spots that are going to bleed out. One spot got the liver, and one was the lung, I believe. All right. All right. Let's continue. Usually cocaine in you fillings. Well, I don't know what they did or what. It doesn't really matter to be specific. I'm sure there was uppers, downers, and all arounders, because even in the toxicology, they come up with methamphetamines in one part, and then the other part, they say that they're not sure. It's unclear. All right. Let's continue.
It's like they are dancing on her grave and her coffin, so to speak, from our friends at Fox 11 is David Anthony Burke, aka D4vd's Tesla. We just showed you the video of that aerial shot where her body had been discovered due to the stench of human decomposition. Dr. Bethany Marshall joining us, renowned psychoanalyst. Dr. Bethany, what is wrong with?
And we're going to talk about her pregnancy as well, because we do absolutely believe her best friend when she says she was pregnant. Now, Lilo says Asia mentioned spiders on that same stream. Also, I sense everybody had a sort of fear of David. He acted very controlling. He did. And he also had, in my opinion, the purse strings. He had the most amount of money, I believe. He also was the person that, flew them everywhere, took them everywhere, acquired everything. The other ones were just kind of wannabe groupies. They're just trying to get big off of his name. All right. Bunch of groupies.
These people, they're like, they're in there. Don't let them hear what we're talking about. And you see the girl putting on makeup. Listen and pause.
That light button, guys.
It's so arrogant. This little girl that he met at age 11 and started wooing her at age 11, still wearing Hello Kitty outfits. She's dead. And they're so flippant.
Yeah. The arrogance did not start with her death, Nancy. It started way before, when she was 11 years old. All these people in this house.
Well, she's a psychoanalyst, and I'm going to bet that she's probably in Los Angeles or the Hollywood area. So if you ask if she's okay, yeah, I think she thinks she's okay. I guess when you have that much money and you're living in an alternate reality, you don't notice stuff like that. Or like, hey, yeah, we just, who killed her? Oh, me and David did. Yeah, what'd she look like? I want to know what she looked like. You mean after they dismembered her, or before they dismembered her, or after she died and bled out and started to have decomp? Or do you want to know what her fingers look like, or the pieces of legs that were missing? Where are those, right? God, yeah, it's just like nothing.
House saw him parading an 11-year-old in and out like she was his girlfriend. There were probably a lot of little Celestes coming in and out, and these young women putting on body glitter and hee-hawing and stars on their face. They saw a lot before they saw her death.
ADJ's got some little jabs in there, man. Yeah, you got some jabs. What do you got to add to this? What do you know about this case, AJD? Yeah, where it's all assumptions right now. I'm commentating on this video that we're watching. Sarcasm makes me laugh. I know, but hey, the truth is the truth. It's harsh.
Hi, guys. American
No. Hold on.
just showed. Did you not hear the male speaker? Did you not hear who we believe to be David Anthony Burke? You hear the male speaker say, when the woman says, you killed her, and he says, yeah, me and David. Roll
Nancy,
over.
Nancy, I respect what you're saying, but I think you might be wrong here. And here's why. Somebody else just admitted to this crime. He said me and David. That means there's an alternative suspect, and David Burke may not be the killer in this case.
Oh, you're so happy. You have the, quote, other dude in the SOD. Some other dude did it defense. Okay, I thought you were going to go on a riff about how this isn't real, that it's AI. That's what you said before.
I don't think this is AI. This is too real. This is a defense attorney's dream to hear that somebody else admitted.
It is, and it's a different generation, guys. And I'm telling you, I think they're going to use David as a big example in this case. Now, guys, he's nowhere near Diddy status, right? Diddy's probably a multi-millionaire, maybe even a billionaire. Who knows, right? At this point, after the millions, when the billions come, who's counting, right? So David's nothing even close to that. And some of the streams that when they're calling him, oh, you're famous and this and that, he's like, I'm not even famous, bro. Like with this amount of people in the world, with the amount of people on YouTube and the amount that he had, he really isn't in comparison. All right, let's continue. This guy's a little pale too.
To killing her. That's my first piece of evidence. If I'm David Burke's attorney, I'm putting it up there and go, whoever that voice is,
Hold
that's
your
the guy who
horses.
killed her.
Hold on, Nelly. The first time I told you and showed you this video, didn't you say, that's not real, that's AI? Didn't you say that?
That's funny.
I think it's real, Nancy. I think it's real based on what I'm seeing now.
Didn't you say it was AI? You said that the first time I threw this video at you. You said it's AI, that's not real, you can't prove it in court. That's what you said the first time. Now you've come up with another angle. It's like a Rubik's Cube. It's like a game for you. If I can prove it's not AI and it's real, then you go, oh, yeah, okay, it's real, and some other dude did it. You're amazing. You're amazing, Randolph Rice. Are you denying that you first said it's AI?
I think I'm changing my opinion on this, and I think this sounds like...
He better answer that correctly, because every time he doesn't, she starts over and says, admit it, dude, admit it. I mean, it really is like, look, it's like being on another planet, watching the things that they do and the things that were documented and said about Celeste Rivas Hernandez' death and her life with David and the sex acts and things that were happening. What's up, Gigi? You made it. Good to see you. It's funny. He's like, I think I changed my mind, Nancy.
Like it's real, and this is a great piece of evidence from Mr. Burke in court.
Okay, you're an amazing defense attorney, Randolph Rice, and this is why you win so many cases. Okay, moving forward to Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter. Celeste Bestie drops a bomb.
Nancy, when we looked at this story and wondered, when is this going to come out, that Celeste Rivas' best friend said that in January, about 12 weeks before Celeste was murdered, Celeste was at her parents' home, and her best friend is sitting there trying to talk her out of running away because Celeste wanted to run away to David. Now, the friend thought she was talking about a classmate. She wasn't, but Celeste gave her the reason. Thought she was pregnant. Celeste tells her best friend, I'm pregnant and I'm going to run away to David's. It is the shocking motive we've been waiting for.
Okay, right there. Of course, Randolph Rice, you're the veteran trial lawyer. The state doesn't have to prove motive at all, but practically speaking, we know the jury will want a motive. I want to hear, okay, how you're going to spin that out in court. Because first, there are claims the video I just showed was artificial intelligence. It wasn't real. Then when you rethought it,
yeah, they're absolutely, that's not AI. Give me a second. I got to help Baby Guilty find something real quick. It was house cleaning day, and every time the house lady comes to clean, Baby Guilty gets mad because she cleans up all the stuff and we can't find it. So give me a second.
You came up with a much better idea. Now it is real, and you can fabricate, create, argue that some other dude did it defense based on that video. But what are you going to do with Celeste pregnant?
I still think we need to get the DNA back, and we need to match that up to see who exactly is the baby, who is the father. Because, Nancy, the father may be this alternative killer, this person's voice we hear in the background who says, I did it. Maybe he's the father.
Okay, you really are amazing. See, you threw a curveball at me right there, Randolph Rice, because I thought you were going to say, what baby? Nobody can prove she was pregnant. But instead, you're like a dog with a bone, and you're running with it. Yes, she is pregnant, but it's somebody else's baby, and they killed her. Okay, I don't believe any of it, but I have to admire your thinking, kind of like a fox. Joe Scott Morgan, help me out here. Joseph Scott Morgan is a professor of forensics at Jacksonville State University. He is the author of Blood Beneath My Feet on Amazon. He's the star of a hit podcast, Body Bags, with Joseph Scott Morgan. But for our purposes, he is a death investigator. In fact, that's how I first met him in the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. He was working with the medical examiner's office with 10,000 plus death scenes under his belt. Why don't I know whether Celeste was pregnant or not?
Well, because the ME actually in their report stated that there was no evidence of pregnancy. And then they had to go back and amend it. And at which point in time they said it's undetermined, essentially, or indeterminate is what it comes down to. I can tell you this, according to the findings that they had at autopsy, they didn't show, and I'm talking about the physical findings, they didn't show any evidence that she was in fact pregnant. We cannot exclude, though, however, if she had had a pregnancy that at some point in time had been terminated, at some point in time, either through, I don't know, morning after pill or.
And this is the thing. If they find out when she was pregnant, because her BFF is saying that she was pregnant. She was absolutely pregnant at some time, but she didn't say when. She didn't say she was pregnant when she went missing or any of that. It sounded like David was saying me and David offed her. What if he's claiming it was his Japanese alter ego? I mean, that's a possibility. We talked about it, Tommy, and there's a good chance that he might feel that way. So what if David took the ball? What? All right. I don't think we're all in the same time frame.
Or we're talking about some kind of terminal event where she goes and has a child aborted. So that's difficult to understand. And what even complicates matters even more, Nancy, is the fact that she is in such an advanced state of decomposition. This is a very difficult road to go down. We do know, however, that they didn't find anything that would indicate she was pregnant at the time.
Okay, let's recap with you.
Again, at the time is key. So it's not going to be an aggravating factor that she was pregnant if they can't find it. All right, I got it. Sorry, guys. They're not going to be able to find or charge him for that, but they'll know and especially if her best friend testifies, yeah, a couple months before she's pregnant, she went and got a abortion. Then they can find that evidence. All right, they can find where they bought that morning after pill. They can find where she went and got an abortion. Whatever. I'm not saying that she did. I'm saying her friend said Celeste was pregnant. Not at the time. She didn't give a time frame. We don't know the time frame. Crazy Jane's in the house. What's up, my friend? Good to see you again.
You just said Joe Scott Morgan. Number one, the body was in extensive, advanced state of decomposition. Number one.
Yeah.
You say that first they said nothing was remarkable about her uterus.
Right.
Then they had to go back and amend that and state, we really can't tell if she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That is correct, ma'am.
Okay. Why did they have to go back and amend their own report?
I have no idea. And that's the big mystery here, because they don't do a follow-up, like a follow-up report from a pathology standpoint where they say, okay, this is physically demonstrative of why this is indeterminate now, where you have a descriptor of the organs and the tissues that we look at both with the unaided eye and also microscopically. That doesn't exist.
So bottom line, we can't tell. We've got the best friend's word for it. And Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter, we have what the prosecution lays out in their brief. And that is evidence of an abortion, and evidence
Yep.
of the Plan B morning after pill.
Those text messages.
Now, again, here's the only thing is that they won't be able to charge him with that portion of it. It's not going to be an aggravating factor if they don't have it. Yes, it's going to weigh heavy on the jury and whoever's in the courtroom and Celeste's family when they find out that if she was pregnant and how and what happened. But they're not going to get to that unless they find certain evidence. And you're right, Krista, her body was so heavily decomposed. It was out there for so long in the heat. So we may never know. But regardless, they do have the messages between the two. All right, let's continue.
Between Celeste and David Burke talk about the Plan B. They talk about pregnancy. And Nancy, they talk about threats on his career. Remember, the week Celeste Rivas was murdered was the first week David Anthony Burke's album Withered and the world tour were kicking off. And Celeste dropped that bomb on him because she was tired of him seeing other little girls.
Yep.
Plan B in the text, abortion in the text, and we uncovered this text.
But again, guys, I mean, these people that were surrounding David, his little groupies and Asia and Neo, everything was just funny. It was all fun and games. Like they didn't take anything serious, as you can tell, the things that were recorded, right? Yes, may Celeste Rivas rest in peace. I think David and the crew literally thought, who cares about this kid? I mean, whatever. She's a runaway. She's been running away for years now, and she's got this poor family. Her parents don't speak English. Who cares about her? No one's going to notice she's missing. And if they do, they're not going to do anything. That's what I believe. All right. And it kind of shows in what he did to her and the way that he just left her body. People say, why would you do that? Why would you leave a body in your car and park it a street over while you're on tour? Why not take the car and go drive it off of a cliff? Go to Malibu, go to San Diego, go somewhere and drive the fucking car off the cliff and then report it stolen. He couldn't even take that much time to do that.
Purportedly from Celeste to Burke. Things are getting so heavy. I'm scared about everything. They're starting to ask questions. Call me when you see this. I need you. So, Dr. Bethany Marshall, it's going to be a cold day in HELL that David Anthony Burke is going to allow any evidence of a pregnancy, an abortion, or the Plan B pill usage to come out from a little girl that is now 14 that he started romancing at age.
Yeah, no romancing, but yes, grooming. And guys, we have 288 people in chat. If I could ask you to please hit that like button. All right. And I'm going to gift a membership. If anyone wants to match me, that helps with our goal as well. All right. So let's do this. I'll gift a membership. Make sure that you hit the like button and drop a comment to give you a better chance to win a membership. All right, let's go. Look at Nancy's face. I don't even know what she's doing. She looks like a Muppet there.
11. He had to pick.
He had to pick his career or her, and he chose his career. He allegedly chose homicide. Nancy, this text breaks my heart because this is a little girl who imagines she's in a true and real relationship with David. You can just see it heavy. I need you. And the fact is, it's not a true relationship. She's probably one of many, many victims.
No, he was just stringing her along. And I do think that he deflected on a lot of things that he wrote down, because when you see the text messages from Celeste to David, it's like he stole her thoughts. He stole what she was saying to him is what he was turning around to his audience to make them think that, oh, I got hurt by love so much. And he's using her part of the story as if it were him. Thank you. Thank you. I just got recommended you by the algorithm. So far, so good. Thank you, Miss Joy. Hit that like button and come back.
You're right, Dr. Bethany. We uncovered texts from Celeste's brother where he's describing Burke promising to marry Celeste and have a family with her. Dave Mack, another question. Isn't it true that Celeste's passport was found in Santa Barbara, that digital evidence tracks D4vd David Anthony Burke to Santa Barbara on a late night trip. Her passport is found where he was tracked. And isn't it true? There are claims D4vd took Celeste across state lines to London, which would have been in her passport.
Now, before I continue with that, yes, he did take her. Yes, she did have passports. Yes, they did. A road worker did find her passport and some other things along that main road. But I got to tell you that they also talked about them knowing that he was out there at that time and how dumb he was to take his phone. And guess what? The car he was driving was also tracking where he was going. So where they found the stuff thrown out and disposed of, they also have a digital trail of David going there. All right. Yeah, absolutely. They should all be ashamed of themselves.
To Texas and to Vegas. Was that to get an abortion?
Nancy, everything you just said is 100% accurate. David Anthony Burke allegedly took Celeste to London, Houston, and Las Vegas. And the reason investigators say he did that was to meet his family, shocking enough. Now, her passport was discovered in January of this year, about 7 months after David Anthony Burke traveled to the exact area where that passport and other evidence was found in Santa Barbara County.
Summertime expenses stacking up fast. For many, the only option is swiping. Nancy.
No.
Was obviously traveling for his shows, for promotions, and he wanted to take her along because at the time this was his girlfriend. He wanted to be with her on his trips.
Did you say it was his girlfriend, this minor that he met at age 11? He wants to take her to a hotel in London over my cold dead body. Is that going to happen? Right. But
guys, he didn't have to do that. You guys all know that. Everyone knows that. He probably felt trapped, not knowing what to do with the body and the belongings and leaving her out there, but he lived out his fantasy, in my opinion. All right. He wouldn't have gotten in that much trouble. If that little girl would have went and told and said, we were together, he was doing this for years, and she was a willing participant with the messages, yeah, they would have got him for some charges of sexual assault. Maybe he would even got something for the CSAM that he had. But guys, it wouldn't be a possibility of the death penalty or life without the possibility of parole. Let's be real. He thought he could get away with it, and he fantasized about doing what he did. That's it. That's all. Foxy, thank you for matching that guilty of crime membership. I do appreciate you. Right at 520.
what did that passport reveal? What happened in London? What happened in Texas? What happened in Vegas? Is that where the abortion occurred? Did an abortion occur? The state says there's evidence in their text about abortion and Plan B. Is that motive for murder? And speaking of red flags, take a look at D4vd David Anthony Burke's concert. This is after Celeste is murdered. Wow, what is that, Dave? It looks like a female's coffin because in better light, we see that it's a small.
Guys, this is everything that surrounded his shows and the book that he wrote. And I mean, it was all about death and gore and love and pain, right? Tommy, doesn't Tommy mean pain, right? Miracle Hearts has been forever being her parents allowed her to go, right? I'm sure they did. Good to see you. Yes, she was a child.
White coffin. What? This is the theme. He has a coffin set up. He has attendees writing their thoughts and feelings to the deceased. Dr. Bethany Marshall, if this is not a red flag, then I'm colorblind.
Nancy, when perpetrators commit homicide, usually there's a relief phase that lasts about 6 to 8 months. In other words, they are glad that they got the victim out of the way.
Yeah, but had David gone in California, Donna, people would have recognized him. That would be a way bad move. He's already made a ton of bad moves. Yeah, try going to California and having an abortion with a 13-year-old and see how quick that shit gets out there. every camera, every person, everybody would know. All right. I mean, he gave himself away in every other step. So what's the difference? Yes. No, Tommy was not a female. It was a male. You should go back to my playlist and check out that episode. We did an extensive episode on Tommy.
Because the victim is causing some problem for them. And in this case, what's Celeste's problem that she's going to cause? Pregnancy, finding out about other little girls, telling her parents, telling her school teachers. So there's a certain amount of delight in the fact that she's gone. What I see with this coffin, and it's white, small, it's about her size, he is glorifying her death because he is so relieved he has her out of the way, that this is a happy dance for him. This is a celebration.
Straight back to the courthouse, standing by Taylor Parise, investigative reporter, Los Angeles Magazine, the LA Magazine.
I mean, his brother already gives me creepy ass vibes, but I don't think he's gonna, I don't know. Maybe he'll be that dumb to, maybe he's gonna be that dumb. I don't think so though. Jay, love this, Jay. I'm totally hooked. Well, thank you, Crazy Jane. I wanted you to know you were here yesterday and we covered the Eve Rogers case, and we were trying to get her mother, Melanie, held accountable, and she took down her channel. She took down her YouTube channel that we showed yesterday. So that was awesome. Yeah, Tommy was his alter ego, and that death was the death of a Tommy. All right. It wasn't the death of Celeste or of whatever flower he was talking about. It was supposed to be the death of his alter ego, a Tommy. All right. Again, go back to my episode. I did a 2.5 hour episode on a Tommy.
Taylor, we understand that at earlier appearances, D4vd, David Anthony Burke, closely shaved his face and tried to get a more youthful appearance to make him look like a juvenile. What about today?
Yeah, as I said, that beard had grown in a little bit more today. He had previously requested from the judge to get a change of clothes as well as the haircut. They've approved the haircut. They have not approved to let him out of that jumpsuit yet.
A change of clothes. Randolph Rice, he wants a glow up from behind bars, and he's trying to look youthful. What does he want? A onesie and a passy when he walks into court?
I mean, that's how he typically dresses. So what's the difference, right? He dressed like a little girl from Hot Topic. So what difference does that make? Now we're going to dig into his discords, the discords that were deleted, and just some crazy shit-ish, right? And the time where David said, delete it all, and it couldn't be. We're going to dig into that. Crazy Jane, that's funny. I did not realize that. I did not even realize the connection between you and her, but I went to her YouTube page and I posted the video and I said #arrest Melanie Federline, and she took off the whole damn YouTube page. Yes, you guys know that's true. That fool dresses like a little girl from Hot Topic. Come on. Tell me that. Yeah, I knew Foxy would get in on that. Too many emoji or too long will make it reject super chats. All right, are we doing a super chat? Let's get it. Who gave me a super chat? What did I miss? What did I didn't miss anything. Thank you, Kel, for the Guilty of Crime membership. If you received that membership, please thank her and Foxy. All right, let's continue. We're going to get into the Discord right after this.
He doesn't get a Glam Squad makeover, Randolph Rice.
Keep asking. Keep asking. I want him looking as good as possible if I'm his attorneys. I want him coming in there because we all know there are going to be cameras. They're going to be showing his picture. I want him looking as great as possible for this trial in the public and in the courtroom.
How about this? What's he going to do next? Suck on a passy? Wear a onesie? He wants to look young? And catch this. Here's the dichotomy. Here's the problem with what you're saying. He doesn't want his street clothes, as you call them. He wants new clothes, completely different from his current wardrobe. He wants pressed khakis.
He wants to look like he never did look, all right? He literally looks like a little girl from Hot Topic. So he's trying to get a suit on and make him look like grown up, like he's not some raging pedo, which we know he is, right? I mean, you guys all see it too, right? You guys are... You know what I'm saying, though. What's up? Thank you so much, Miss Joy. I couldn't send my comment, but here's your... Thank you for contributing to our goal, Miss Joy. I appreciate you. if you would just put your comment in chat and I'll put it up there for you. And yeah, exactly. David was starving for attention and he told the whole world about it. We know how he started. We know that he was homeschooled. He didn't have any real friends. They didn't check on him, blah, blah, blah. Cry, 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 right? All right, let's continue. We're about to get into the Discord. We're not going to cry for him. We're going to be like, this dude is just dumb.
And a button-down shirt. Hey, let's roll through a bunch of video and pictures of D4vd. In the last 10 years, I have never seen this guy wearing khakis, with a little cuff at the bottom, and a button-down shirt. Oh, by the way, this is his last videos right before he's arrested. He's back at work, quote, making music. He's not worried about Celeste. But back to you, Rice. He doesn't want his clothes. He wants brand new clothes so he can look like what? A 1L at Harvard Law School? Help me out.
Yep. I'm going to the nicest tailor in Los Angeles. If I'm his attorney and I'm getting him the best suit, the most conservative ties, the nicest white shirt I can find, I'm putting him in that because I want him to look like.
I mean, you could see how they all cater to him, right? And maybe there is a portion of that that's fear because he's controlling. So yeah, the coffin was for his alter ego. After did he not? We don't know yet, but he's trying to. That's what we were talking about. We were saying that maybe he was going to do an insanity plea. I don't think that's going to fly, though. I really don't. Especially because Hot Topic does still exist. And maybe he'll get his clothes from there. No, it's nothing like the Hot Topic. Now it has lights and it's not dark and it's all commercial. But yes, Hot Topics does still exist. And it's not the same Hot Topic it was back in the day. All right, I really hate that bonnet, right? People call him Bonnet Boy. All right, let's continue. I mean, look at how they cater to him. I'm telling you, it's the groupie thing, the money thing, and he had all the control. And this guy was starving for attention.
Like, as you said, a 1L at Harvard, a first-year law student, like he is the most professional person coming to that court. I want him looking better than his lawyers.
I think they want the baby face. I think they want him to look really, really young.
Yep.
Joe Scott Morgan, they're going to be faced with the fact that he started romancing Celeste when she was age 11. So they're going to try to bridge that age gap. But what doesn't lie is her uterus. And what doesn't lie are those court documents talking about abortion and the Plan B pill. If she had had an abortion, if she had ever used Plan B, the morning after pill, could they have determined that?
Not at this point. Not given the degree of decomposition that we're talking about, Nancy, because those are things that we're going to be looking at from a hormonal standpoint.
Yep.
And it would be a real uphill battle given the condition of her remains. There's one other bit of evidence I want to see, Nancy, and that's going to be his financial receipts. I just wonder, did he pick up that body bag at the same place he picked up that car?
Oh, you guys know he bought that from Amazon, guys. He used a name called Victoria Mendez, but he used his own credit card and his own address. All right. Is Hot Topics the shop that had the adult? No, I don't think so. No, that's the other store. That's Spencer's. Yeah, Elvin. That's exactly. Thank you, Foxy. They did. They all. I mean, Celeste said that, and we're gonna get into this. As a matter of fact, this video and this Discord and all the shit that they deleted. Come on, guys. It's not deleted.
Often from inquiring minds want to know. I'd like to know. Where do you go for a coffin?
I thought he ordered them over Amazon.
Where do you go
just
for
a
a
moment,
body
Dave Mack,
bag?
didn't he order?
It was Amazon, guys. It was Amazon packages with his credit card to his house with a different name.
That's a really good point. Didn't he order? It's an actual body bag with 6 handles on it, which are
Yes, it
wonderful
is.
to get DNA out of. But didn't he order that? That's a yes, no, Dave Mack, from Amazon.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, he ordered from Amazon.
What else did he order from Amazon? Just to refresh our recollection, Dave Mack.
We've got the other trash bags,
Chainsaws.
the chainsaws. No,
Ooh.
yeah, the chainsaws, the baby swimming pool,
Yes.
the burn cage.
The burn cage, which is an incinerator. There is the kiddie pool. There are 2 chainsaws. I wonder if he ordered Plan B. The body bag, shovels, much more is going to be revealed. But speaking of everyone around her, take a look at this photo that we unearthed online. And if we can do it, certainly the prosecution can do it. This is Celeste sitting on the front row amongst David Anthony Burke's family. There is
and there you go. This proves right there. Again, I keep telling you guys, the parents, you guys know the parents are shady AF. The brother Caleb at least said, yeah, I met her a couple times when I was not even 18. I was like 15. But guys, I showed you the picture from Vegas last time. Look at that. At a concert, David's parents, David's sister, and little Celeste Rivas next to David's brother. Right there, guys. They should be arrested alone for lying that they never met her. They didn't know anything. That's bullshit. Celeste was linked to the pool. Yeah, everything's linked to everything. I don't think she would have had someone who gave him the body bag was unique. I don't know what you're saying there, but yeah, I mean, it's just an Amazon purchase, guys.
D4vd David Anthony Burke's parents, his sister, there's Celeste, and there is D4vd's brother, who, by the way, has used the murder to launch his own singing career. All these people knew Burke was with a minor. You hear his, we think, agent in one video say, "Are you still dating that minor?" And nobody does anything.
Nope, nobody does anything except sit there and talk about it and laugh. But guys, I mean, court makes it so real. All right. The fact that court is the pretrial hearing and all the evidence that's coming in, that makes it real. Okay. This Discord coverage and cover up and all this stuff doesn't mean anything, because when you go into court and you read or you're introduced to the preliminary hearing evidence, guys, the preliminary evidence is 9 pages. It's 9 pages, and it goes into detail about David Burke being in a sexual relationship with Celeste when she was 13 years old and he was 18. All right. Also, he met her when she was 11. So it's all there. On April 22nd to 23rd, after she threatened to expose the relationship and damage his emerging career just before his debut album release, he allegedly stabbed her to death at his Hollywood Hills in the residence. This is in the documents of the court. This is in the what prosecutors, the preliminary hearing. This is what they're seeing. All right. They allegedly dismembered her body in an inflatable pool in his garage using 2 chainsaws purchased under a fake name. He amputated her left ring and pinky fingers, which had his name on it, and he stored her remains in the front trunk of the Tesla that were decomposed for months. All right. The filing also details David's post-murder purchases: shovel, body bag, and burn cage, right? Multiple trips to Santa Barbara County to dispose of evidence, and guys, extensive digital DNA and surveillance evidence in this case. All right. The full 9 pages I read you guys the last time tells you everything you need to know. This is not a joke.
Requests. I've seen a bunch of Twitter posts the past couple of days. I thought I'd let you know. There's been like 1,000 DMs and a bunch of posts, so I thought I'd clear that up. Staff statement regarding the situation is in announcements. Enjoy your days, everyone. My fault for the double ping. And then basically this is a group command purge, right? Asian has...
And I have to use his content. I love his content, by the way. He's awesome. This guy was at court. He's got Trap More Ross, Trap Lower Ross. Anyway, I was trying to watch somebody earlier. I'm not even going to name who, because I don't want to talk about creators, but I watched another creator that had put together the Discord messages, and I felt 10 times dumber than I already am, because I'm just sitting there reading, yo, bro, goon, bro. I don't even understand what the frick they were saying. It made me that much more stupid. Now, check this out. This one, we're seeing like actual context of posts and users being deleted and things being deleted. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate that for the $2 super chat. They think they more than smelled it, though. I remember finding out in a live journal, 2003 or 4, the same company who owned the Gap also owned Hot Topic. It crushed her. They changed it after that, right? They got the lights in there. Oh, no, not Hot Topic.
Initiated the purge command and says it deletes the specified amount of messages from the current channel, right?
That's what I'm saying. You can't
purging messages.
You can't
So
not.
a little bit sus that was going on. People saying a little weird, if you ask me. This is a post 8 months ago, right? So basically,
I mean, it's kind of like saying you can't buy a K-bar knife, right? You can't say you can't buy a K-bar knife. You don't know what they're going to do with it. Now, I could see if they were buying guns or weapons, but no.
These posts that are going around, right? People are noticing it. It says one of his admins were trying to purge something. Who knows? It says the Discord server still exists, but the general chat channel does not exist anymore. One Redditor downloaded and archived the whole thing a few days ago, so there it is. But they're saying it's purged or privated now. Now, interestingly enough, during David and Celeste's infamous live stream in allegedly either December 2023 or January 2024, that's when David and Celeste appeared live on Twitch, and David famously said, "Delete everything, delete."
Yeah, this is the story I wanted you to hear about because the person modding for him was asleep by then, and David was panicking because he didn't know how to do it himself. And yes, you can't really say, oh, you can't buy body bags, they're cheaper on Amazon, then, but you shouldn't be able to buy chainsaws then, and K-bar knives, and all kinds of other stuff, right? I have to admit, I never searched to buy a body bag, and neither have I, but people can use that for other stuff as well. And usually they don't leave a trail of evidence that like David did.
Mods, delete everything from this stream. Don't want any evidence of this. Now, interestingly enough, one of the first names that was mentioned when David issued the order to delete everything, one of the first names that was actually mentioned by another controversial moderator on the Discord was Asian. Okay, so Safia, this is a name that's come up quite a lot in the Discord. She was, we dug into an article about her the other day, about her basically being a lead moderator on the Discord and her catching a lot of flack. But she says here, Asian dipped out, skull emojis. So people saying screen record, somebody, all right? They're talking about the Epstein flight list. This is what led to the delete everything. They're saying Asian dipped out. Asian wasn't there moderating like he usually is, all right? Asian is the type of guy that might delete everything. So I've got the longer recovered clip from that live stream, which people now say.
Now, I believe when he's talking about that, it's Neo the Asian, right? Again, he knew everything. And this is the longer clip, which I've been waiting for.
It was actually a cooking stream that was duly deleted after David issued the command of delete everything. But again, if you pay close attention to the chat, you notice some interesting things.
I media trained you.
No, you did.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything.
See, I wish we had that 1 hour and 7 minute full VOD. It existed once. Prosecutor probably has it.
So many things existed once and now they don't. All right. And I'm glad that you learned something from Guilty of Crime, Knox. I try to come on here and tell you guys about cases and tell you the story in a way that no other creator tells it, right? I try to use the documents and the facts to create the story. And then, of course, fill in the blanks, right? I'm very animated. I can be like an emoji all in itself. So that's why I put my face on here. You guys see my reactions. Because boy, would it be different if I just did this, right? If you were just watching this, then you'd just be watching this guy. All right, let's continue.
Hour and 12 minutes. Hour and 12.
I took it off because they didn't go with the silver.
Season it? It's already seasoned, but it's Alfredo. Chat. Pray for his career, chat. Are we done? Are we?
We need to delete this.
Thank you. I always ask the audience to correct me if I'm wrong because a lot of you are just like deep dive into this and So thank you, Miss Joy 16, so much. Also for the $5 super chat. Not Neo the Asian, a different person that goes by Asian. Trapmore Lore says his name is probably Martin. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. It gets a bit confusing unless you have a freaking chart in front of you. Celeste knew exactly who he was. You had a question, Ali, earlier, and I don't think anyone answered it. Drop the comment again if so. All right. I do too. I think they should all be charged. But you should see the witness list.
VODs, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too? Can we delete everything? You done for, bro? Y'all are not done? Now you gonna upstairs? Yo, wait.
Oh, look at answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which one? What's good, David? Big fan. Oh, thank you, Mitochondria. Appreciate you.
So there was a little comment there, right at the end, slipped by.
Mitochondria.
They're saying none of us have access. So they're saying Asian is the guy that can delete everything. They're saying, no, none of us have access to that. Asian gone, bro. So they're saying Asian is the guy who has access. Asian is the point man when it comes to delete everything. He said mods. Can we just listen to what he said, Kev?
Here's career. We delete all.
He doesn't say Maz. It says in the sub the Maz, but he's saying mods. He's asking the mods, specifically Asian, and they're in the chat talking about, now Asian's gone, we can't delete everything.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too? Can we delete everything? You don't.
You know what's funny, but it's not funny, is the fact that Celeste is just giggling and laughing in this video. And every time I see it, I'm like, man, she really didn't understand. She was only not even she just turned 14. Yes, she acts like she's 13. Well, he acts like it too. But the thing is, that's not funny. That's not funny to say raping young girls on a live stream where you're already hiding this girl. Now, just a little bit ago, when we started the stream, I read the Withered. He made a book for his album, and in the book, he wrote down every song and what it meant. And in that paragraph that I read to you, it says something about, I stayed with you through the thick and the thin. Even when she crossed the line, I stayed by her side. Even when she went too far, I let love kill me. I'm telling you guys, he's referring to this and other instances where Celeste says things like that. But she doesn't understand the gravity. I don't think she understood the gravity when she told David, I'm going to tell on you, right? Because that's what they're alleging, is that he said that, or that she said she's going to tell on him and ruin his career. She didn't understand that meant death.
Asking for Asian. Now, Sophia would later actually confirm that Asian actually was in the live stream when she explained why she was there herself. So this was going around, says, don't condone any threats made. This is just here for evidence. And this is Sophia. It says, I said because one of the mods, Asian, left from the stream. Plus, I just want to help moderate his stream and server. Yeah, those jokes I made because I want to blend in his community and came in with my personal experience. Yeah, around 2023, we made fun of David for only talking to minors because a bunch of members are minors. So this was her replying to the Celeste screenshot of her in the stream. I don't understand why she would say this without thinking it's weird.
Right.
And basically,
again, she's a little kid. Why would she think that? Now, Grime, you know what? You're a true crime junkie like all of us here. You say, what gets me is Celeste trusted David and he didn't care about her. Imagine her shock when she learned that. Yes. Imagine her shock when she saw him stabbing her either in the, I don't know where he got first, the lung or her liver, I don't know where, but imagine the shock then. I mean, we're talking about every case like that. Look at Corey Richens' case today, the LWAP. She got life without the possibility of parole. The one person that you're supposed to trust, that you sleep next to every night, your wife, your husband, your significant other, poisons you to death. All right? So, I mean, isn't that always the case? I bet everybody's surprised when they realize, damn, my wife's just about to kill me. I thought we were good.
She's saying, I said, because one of the mods Asian left from the stream. So that's basically her explaining why she was in the comments talking about Asian. He talking about mods delete everything. The mods who are supposed to delete everything, they say, well, where's Asian? He's the deleter of everything. He's the point man when it comes to delete everything, right? So
yeah, I wonder.
Very interesting stuff. So from here, okay, some Discord messages from Sophia would show that David actually called her so that she could delete everything from the cooking stream that he did with a minor. Okay, but she actually allegedly didn't even pick up this call. So I've got the original messages for you guys here, so that we can document this. It is here in my document, right? So it's saying we're all too old for Discord. Sophia says, for real. I said, how many did he usually get before that? She says, like around 10K plus viewers. People are amazed. Wow, that's wild. Yup. One time he called me because he was trying to delete that stream with his girlfriend. She slipped up and exposed him, right? I feel like David and Sunday would sound good together. People saying, I remember that, lol. Says they were talking about that Epstein Island. And they said Epstein Island and making fun of Stephen Hawking. That's not why he wanted to delete everything. They said, yo, thank you. It's so funny. LMAO, crying face. They said David had to call me on how to delete the VOD. It's so funny. LMFAO. I didn't even answer his call because it was so late. So she talking about, I didn't even answer that call to delete everything. And Asian was.
I don't think that the people understand the gravity of this case and what they were involved in. Now they do. When you get Neo, the Asian, being extradited back to Los Angeles because he needs to testify, they subpoenaed him. They're not kidding. All right. I think so too, but I think he was getting tired of that. He was getting tired of the situation. He's getting tired of hearing from her. He was getting tired of all of it. And he just wanted her to be gone. And guys, he had a fantasy. All right. He had a fantasy and he lived it out. I mean, I don't know what more evidence that we can put out there. That Afterlife, the album Withered, or the song Withered, or whatever, if it's a song or the album, the scrapbook that he put together literally says that he did this to learn to separate your fantasies from reality, to learn to let go, to stop asking the same questions over and over, to stop repeating a cycle forever, to live, to grow, to experience, to love, to mourn, to grieve, to laugh, to cry, to hurt, to heal, to break, to become whole. This guy was living in his fantasy world. I mean, come on. We already know how to separate our fantasies from reality. At least I do. I don't understand that, because the reality is so dark compared to what they're laughing about. I'm going to cut to this clip real quick so you can see what they're laughing about is not funny. And this is what happened in court today.
He returns to court this morning for his hearing in his murder case. Now, he is charged with killing an Inland Empire teenager, dismembering her, and then putting her in the trunk of his Tesla. NBC4's Lauren Coronado is live outside the courthouse in downtown LA. So, Lauren, this is a gruesome case that the prosecution is laying out.
Soho.
Lynette, good morning. Yes, a lot of disturbing details here. Now, this
You made it, Soho. Soho's in the house. What's up? Anybody that just came in, hello. And please do come back and start at the beginning when we're done. Ashley, Animal Lover, says, I think Celeste was growing up and beginning to have her own rebellious attitude and pushing back against his control, and he hated it. Yes. I also read somewhere where he says Hispanic girls do him wrong. What Hispanic girls do him wrong? He never even dated. He was in homeschool forever, right? He was in homeschool, and at 18, when he was finally, or 17, when he started his career, he finally got a little bit of exposure. What Latina are we speaking about here, sir? Because most Latinas are spicy.
morning's hearing is what they call a status conference hearing. So this is really going to give the opportunity for the attorneys and the judge to make sure that this case is on track. So they're going to make sure that they set deadlines. They're really looking at the progress of the case. Now let's go back to the last time we saw the singer in court. These are sketches just last month. You see the singer, whose legal name is David Burke, shackled and wearing jail clothes. Prosecutors are accusing the 21-year-old of attempting to cover his tracks before 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez's dismembered body was found in his car. According to prosecutors, text messages reveal the murder stemmed from an argument between Burke and Rivas Hernandez, claiming Rivas Hernandez threatened to expose their sexual relationship in an effort to destroy Burke's rising singing career. The next day, prosecutors...
I don't even think she knew what she was saying, guys. I do think that she thought it was just another fight, right? Did you see Nancy Grace's last episode where the people in the background could be heard talking about what happened to her? Yes, we did, Outlaw. We can watch that piece again if you like, the extended version. I know, right? All right, let's continue. I'll throw that back on.
Hernandez's phone went silent after she went to Burke's Hollywood Hills home. The prosecution preliminary hearing memo also alleges Burke purchased tools online for the murder. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman filed 7 criminal charges against Burke, including murder. Burke has pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. His team claims his innocence. Now, today's status conference hearing is scheduled for this morning. As far as the preliminary hearing, that's scheduled for later this afternoon. Of course, we'll be there for both of them. We'll continue to keep you posted on the latest developments after this morning's hearing. Reporting live.
Guys, do you think that it's going to happen? Do you think that the preliminary hearing is going to happen in 13 days from now? Let me know what you think. And if you just rolled in here, yes, narcissist is a great word for this. Let me hit the play button on this for anyone that just came in. All right, pay attention.
It's kind of giving Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Aw, cute.
I like it. And then, wait, we do this. Where's the body glitter?
We gotta be USA now.
Where's the body glitter from Claire?
The body glitter from Claire's.
Okay, clear glitter or
Okay, chat. I'm gonna show you guys my face makeup.
for garbage. Can we pick one?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I am
I think we just do
fully ready. Fully ready.
Oh.
Yes, sir. W face card. Oh, thanks, guys.
Are you? I'm gonna put this on my legs.
On your legs? Okay, let me see what it looks like once it's on you. Oh, you are glittery. Fire. Okay.
You can't. No, I'm good.
All right, just turn your volume down.
Be careful. Just be
David, you need
careful.
to get bug spray. There's little spiders everywhere.
You need to get bug spray. There's little spiders everywhere. Guys, I want you to remember that when they found Celeste Rivas Hernandez body, may she rest in peace, they said there was bugs all over her. Now, not just bugs, and she's calling it little spiders everywhere over there. Over where are the little spiders? What are you talking about? I know we're not talking about maggots, but what kind of there? And now, when we listen to Joseph Scott Morgan talk about the decomposed body in previous episodes, he talked about the different kind of bugs that would be around her body and the cycles of flies and maggots, etc. Yes, I mean, look at that. That's in that same video. All right.
Yeah, just cover the camera.
Yeah, come on. Okay, one sec, chat. We're just leaving. I'm just gonna.
Guys, that's crazy, right? I mean, who would film that, and who would even do that? Who would show that? Who would say that? They don't think anything of it. Let's watch a little more of this. I want to talk about not getting deleted and what the mods
supposed to be the guy who deletes everything. Now, from here, okay, basically Discord messages from around that same time would also end up being preserved. And this would give more context to the cooking stream, as well as other deleted streams that people say were removed by Asian Mr. Delete Everything. So basically, all right, after the cooking stream, there's users in the David Discord that start asking if David has a girlfriend. They're saying, David got a girlfriend. This is December the 13th, right after the cooking stream, 2023. So I guess it took place in December. I was thinking January 11th, but I guess it took place even sooner. People crying, they say no for the first time. Someone replied, yes, it's a deleted user. And they said, wait, for real? They said, she's so pretty. Holy moly, I want to see her face, but I can't see. And then there was a Discord message mentioning a second stream that David allegedly did with Celeste. Maybe Asian was around to delete everything that time, perhaps. They said, so that was her on stream. They said, Someone, a deleted user said, yes, that was her on stream. Someone said, ooh, and they said she kissed him at the beginning of the second stream. Oh, snap. It was so cute. They're saying, is it the music video girl or another? What's the app? I said, I'm going to have to watch it. I only watched like a couple seconds because I was getting ready for school.
Now, if you guys were, this is just one thread, one stream they're talking about. If you really start to dig into this, like a lot of us have, you're just going to be sitting there like, is that real? And why would they have that out there in the open? All right. Hey, Letitia, how you doing? Jay, the video of the girls. The video. Yeah, you're talking about the one that you could hear him in the background saying that, wait, what happened? You killed that one? The killing reference? Who said this about Celeste Rivas? You killed her? Yeah, me and David did. That? All right, let's continue for a bit.
School, these are kids. So one of these streams is potentially this one that's been circulating, all right? A user in David's Discord would screenshot and ask about this other stream and who the girl was on December the 13th, 2023. So that would have been the same day as them other messages. And David replied when someone said, who's the girl? You are a Fed. Why is that a Fed question? Are you doing something illegal? Are you doing something illegal in this picture? That's crazy. So from here.
Now, I'm sure their defense is going to be, when David was 17, he met Celeste and he didn't know how old she was, but, he fell in love with her and, whatever, right? That would have been a good defense had you not dismembered her and left her out in the car to decompose like that. Yeah, we could. And absolutely all of that. We've listened to it a few times, Eve. I think you came in a little bit late, but if you go back to the very beginning, you'll see we played it multiple times. What about the video when Neo takes the girls in the garage? David was like, why would you bring the exactly? There's so many of them. The heater, so many documented videos that were deleted and screenshotted that the prosecution has. If the prosecution didn't have that, they wouldn't be able to paint us the picture of with 9 pages of documents. All right. Yeah, they all just laugh. No remorse. A bunch of psychos. What's up, Kira? How you doing? Good to see you. All right. Hit that like button if you come in, if you come out. All right.
Yeah, right. The Discord users, they keep discussing who David's girlfriend is. And then it's revealed that Asian's the man with the plan who deletes everything. He deleted the stream. So it said, is it the music video girl? They said, no, the music video girl is Asia and she's like 20 something. Why are you talking about the age?
Right.
And then they said Asian deleted the VOD because David said the hard R, apparently. That sounds like a cover story. People saying she's a W and people saying dog, real, L Asian. What's the new girl's at? I didn't see her. And so from here, all right, another deleted user would claim that they don't know Celeste's socials. We're assuming they're talking about Celeste here, and basically only noticed her on David's close friend stories, and curiously would mention like phrases like every woman of age, which, as we now know, not true. People saying, I don't know. They said, anyone know any women that live in Australia that are around 17, 18 years old and aren't ugly? DM me. They said, you said you've seen her. They said, barely on the stream. Someone said, hey, lol. I guess that's a woman replying to this call for women of the age of 17 or 18 in Australia. A bit weird. And they said, and on his close friend story, it said, why am I so funny? I just want to ask her to be my wife because it's now tradition for every of-age woman in the server to marry me. Weirdo. Someone put a crying emoji and they said, whether they have a boyfriend or not, they are my wife. So some oddball behavior going on in there. So during the same set of messages, another user called Delilah would basically take a screenshot of their reply to David's story where he was discussing his girlfriend. So that's Delilah showing that she posted this screenshot.
Now, people were starting to see things and obviously put 2 and 2 together, right? Men trap Laura. I know, right? Right. And I'm surprised I don't know if he was at the court hearing. I saw him at the last one. I also was trying to see if Flojo's still around. Flojo, did you go to court? Just want to see what's going on. Anyway. All right. We're still live. There's a creator that has been deep diving his Discord since the beginning. It's great to see it being put out further. Yeah, I was trying to watch. Are you talking about Cats? Are you talking about Zav Girl? I was trying to watch the Zav Girl deep dive, but the way that those kids talk, it's so mind numbing to listen to. What are they even talking about? It's almost like you got to translate it, right? They're not going to be gangsters, that's for sure.
Into the Discord chat there on the 13th of December at 6 a.m. And basically they replied to David's story, holding hands. It's like a shadow, allegedly Celeste. And they said, oh, y'all are the same height. I said, so if I off myself right now, whose fault is it?
What?
That's creepy, honestly. That's a creepy thing to say. Then it says a deleted user also shares a screenshot of their reply to David's story, and someone else responds with shush. So basically, right, people are posting that. They're also replying to David having this mysterious girlfriend on stream, allegedly Celeste. And then basically someone replies, shh, they're trying to keep it hush hush. They don't want him. They don't want people to know that David's out here cuffing the minors, apparently. So that's a little bit suspect, right? So from here, people start wondering, who is this Asian, right?
Now, guys, after he got big, so to speak, right? After he hadn't gotten big, he was kind of just like collaborating. People were starting to know him. He got this $3 million bonus and the tour. Once he got that, that's where the doors had opened for him. They just opened for him, and now he's arrested and what have you. But I think he was low key in the beginning. Like there was a few people. There wasn't, it went from maybe 10,000 to what? If I look at his subscribers now, there's 2 million, still 2.6 million subscribers. So it went from a small amount that he thought he could control to a bunch, and he was always in a haze. So I really do think he just lived in this fantasy world. media made out. Yeah, it's I think, Danny, I think it's a combination. I didn't even want to answer that because you got to think about the people in this generation and what they have to deal with that we didn't. The instant communication, the everything is on video, audio, etc. Honestly, I doubt Asia likes David. What she really loves, yep, that's it, materialistic things and feeling like a celeb. I 110% agree with you, Gigi. Couldn't say it better.
That's his name, not his nationality. Who is this Asian who basically just keeps on deleting everything? We want to know who David's girlfriend is. We want to see the stream. Why are you deleting everything? Okay. So during the live stream where David basically shouts out other mods, he shouts out Zerks, another infamous mod who, allegedly is part of the Delete Everything Club.
He's
And
small.
he mentions that Martin is Asian and apparently he's got a background in the military, which is interesting, right? People saying this is proof that Zerks and David were way too close. This is him speaking on his shadowy mod team that are deleting everything.
Thank you, Zerks. Martin, I'm so glad you're safe. I remember Martin said he was going into the military for something. I'm glad you're back with us. I'm glad you survived, dude. That's really crazy. Thank you for... Huh? I'm not Asian. That's Martin. Martin is Asian. Thank you so much, Martin. I'm glad you're home safe.
There it is. Martin is Asian or Asia, whatever they say, not Neo the Asian. Thank you. Whoever filled me in on that.
Keep doing what you do. You're the GOAT. Zerks, you're also the GOAT. Kylie, you're kind of the GOAT, but you're the GOAT, but you're kind of the GOAT. Zerks is way more the GOAT than you, no cat. But thank you guys. Am I missing any mods? Am I missing any mods? We have more mods to thank. Should be it, right? Yeah, nah. Zerks my top #1 GOAT. Me and Zerks go way back. When he was Zerks 5. Well, he still is Zerks 5, but he used to really be Zerks 5. Ain't nobody rock with Zerks 5 when he was Zerks 5, but now they want to rock with him because he's Zerks. Crazy. Fortnite?
I don't even know.
So very interesting, right? David showing love to the mods, right? It says, yeah, and he the one deleting stuff from the server.
And this is called, what is the name of this one? David's Discord cover up gets worse. There's other videos that talk about his mods even being arrested over the deletion of evidence, right? All right, we're going to go a few more minutes here and check this out. Thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button. If you're new, please subscribe and hit all notifications. I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, every day, Monday through Friday.
Right, and this is other throwback stuff of Zerks, being involved in there, talking about because he got a girl now, he don't answer me no more.
Yes.
Okay, so the connection between David and his mods goes deep. So there's apparently
weirdo.
Apparently another Discord user in David's public Discord that actually kind of matches the same description, because when he said that Martin, aka Asian, he confirmed it. He said Martin is Asian. Thanks for that, David. He said that he had to go away and do something in the military. Now there's another user on Discord that kind of matches that description, and so we see posts from this account called Philo that people think maybe it's another burner account, because he's talking about going on deployment. He's not going to be active. He's going to be drained. He's going to deployment day by day. He wants to go back to the US, deployment in 2 days, and he can rest for 2 weeks, and he's going to be on a Navy ship. Talking about don't join the military. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm in the military. I spent over $1,000 during my time in there. I have ADHD. I can't handle.
I don't know who this is.
Power to watch live streams for hours, but I'm built different. People saying LMAO, literally same. I hate fat people. I've never been a Twitch mod before, just Discord for my own server. So yeah. After that, all right, a message sent in October 2023. Someone mentions Asian alongside a screenshot of his username. So there's another name. It says Asian showing his true colors in Kazili chat. And here he's going by Call Me Asian 1. And that might be his Twitch account by the looks of it. So basically, he'd also post these interesting interactions between David and Discord mod Sophia, which I will show you now. Open this bad boy up. Right, there we go.
That's actually disgusting. David, someone says you're 5'3". What's your username? Safi. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Somebody said you're... your mother is a... your mother did... wait.
So look, he's having little joke offs with his homies in the Discord, okay? But he's building these personal connections. He's talking about how he knows Zerks from way back, and there's apparently a couple messages that would suggest that Asian actually had direct contact with David. It says mine is just his first and last name, LMAO. So he's bragging that he got David's number and he got him saved as David Burke. That's a name that's appearing on courtroom schedules right now. Okay, I've seen it with my own eyes. And then this is apparently their back. I wouldn't even say back and forth because this is low-key a one-sided conversation. But he flooding David with messages, says, so we can hit your goal of 20K members before Christmas. We're getting close to Christmas. Also, when's the next Twitch stream? David, you should totally promote the Discord server. It's been a while since we've had people join. It looks like you've grown plenty of following on Insta since the last time you promoted it. Says David, hope all has been well. I was just wondering if we can start promoting the Discord server again. I think we can get 14K or 14.5K before the end of this month. It's been a while since we last promoted the server. So he's seemingly got, I've not seen David reply to him, to be honest, but he's bigging him up. You know, he's bigging him up in the midst of live streams, and he's talking about how he loves all of his mods and stuff. But basically, okay, very, very interesting, some of the stuff that they might want to cover up in the Discord, because
of course there's going to be so much, guys.
When Kylie said he'll ban him, so some people are.
It's mind numbing almost, but I wanted to show you so you can either go yourself and look at the mind numbing stuff all night, just hit play if there's a way to do that, or you can, you know, go look on Reddit yourself, whatever. There's a lot. So I'm looking at the Neo the Asian and what he says in posts. Now, when you watch Neo the Asian with David, he always looks like he has hearts and sparkles for him. They look super gay, right? Who cares, right? Nothing wrong with that. They could be gay as fuck with each other. That's not the point. But Neo, as soon as he got extradited back to Los Angeles, and I believe they gave him immunity or some kind of deal, he comes out from there and complains about David, complains about his relationship with David and the fact that he was linked to David and now everyone abandoned him, and he calls him a dickhead. I mean, I can't believe that's all he called him, but Neo said he has all his receipts, and he hinted there was more to the story than the public even knows. All right. He stated that he was legally fine, and that his arrest warrant was retracted, and that he faces no charges. That's coming from Neo. Okay. This was the first public fracture between Neo and David after months of speculation about Neo's involvement. Neo's post made it clear he felt betrayed and wanted to distance himself from David while also defending his own legal status. All right. So, I mean, we could look it up. David's ex-friend Neo calls him a dickhead amidst Celeste Rivas' murder. Right. I mean, they literally documented that because, yeah, right. Hey, nothing wrong with being super gay. I don't even know people are holding back on that. I don't even know why people would be like, were him and Neo gay or bi? Yeah, they were. Who cares? I mean, if you read the discords and you go to Reddit, they're all gay for each other. There's a bunch of men in there like, oh, David, you're so cute. And David's like, we should make out. Whatever. All right. Whatever. CVS length receipts. Probably. He's equivalent of when white dudes try to be black in the 90s. There's lots of black people who like the Asian persuasion. Look at the hot Blasians out there. Well, whatever that means, Foxy, I just read it. All right, guys. We've been here for over 2 hours. Thank you guys for being here. Of course, Neo threw him under the bus. They're all throwing him under the bus. Asia stopped all communication. In my opinion, she's hiding out. Thank you, Cats, here for letting me know. You're all good. I did see that, and I tried to watch it, but there's just so much just nonsense talk that I'm like, I'll just get to the juicy stuff that's really gonna make evidence. But yeah, that's great. I think that's why people go to her, because she does that in-depth stuff with Wade Wilson and David case. So kudos to her. All right, good night, everyone. Thank you, Celeste H got a deal. They're all going to turn on him. We don't know if she got a deal. They haven't talked about her, but we know that Neo says that he's legally fine. He's not being charged. And we know that he publicly turned on David. All right. That being said, guys, thank you guys for being here for 2 hours and something. Thank you guys all for the super chats, super stickers, gifted memberships, all that. I appreciate you. I'll be back here tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. I appreciate you, Elvin. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad to all the new people that came in and made it and found us in the algorithm. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?